All right, dude. What's your thoughts on Draymond not trying to, jumping into the pool fist first?
Hmm, that's a great setup. When I read it, my first thought was this happens a lot. Uh-oh. That's some shade?
Yeah.
Okay. Um my first thought overall was just that this happens. And I know it now. Look, I'm just somebody that played high school, and I wasn't even on the team long enough in college to have got to really experience that. I mean, there was a lot of shit talking, but like, regardless, this stuff happens in locker rooms, um, locker room slash on the court. Like, this happens. They teammates get into spats. It doesn't mean that they don't fuck with each other. It doesn't mean anything like that. I think that it just comes with the territory of the sport, and it just happens. Now I don't know. I know that there were a lot of rumors going around, and then Iggy he had to kind of clear the air on it, right? He went on Twitter and he was like, "Y'all not about to talk about my young guy like this." I don't know if you saw his tweet on that, but uh,
Mm-mm.
yeah, he made it. He tweeted out basically he wasn't going to let them talk about JP like that, and
What are
so,
they saying?
huh?
What were they saying about him?
Well, the thought was that they said that the report said that sources within the locker room said that Jordan Poole had been acting different since the idea of the contract coming.
So
So basically, money's changing him already, and he hadn't even gotten it yet. But like,
I, I I've listened to Draymond talk about him specifically. This was months ago, and he talked about Jordan taking some time to kind of accept the Warriors' way of doing business. Uber confident guy, and you can tell from his game he has immense confidence. He's super talented. I mean, he's Jordan Clarkson. He's Lou Williams. He's Tyler Hero. He may be the best version of that, but he's a bucket who can't get other people involved, and he doesn't play defense. Uh, and they had some. He and Draymond had some issues because Draymond talked about, hey, like do this, go there, you get the ball here, like So they had basketball friction already, and Jordan Poole played a role in them winning a championship. He probably feel like Draymond is a bum. He done fell off. He ain't what he used to be. Maybe he doesn't appreciate all that Draymond does, and he probably just was saying a little bit too much. And Draymond was being extra. That's Draymond. Like he being extra,
he's
but
allowed.
Draymond is like, nah, dog. Like,
Well, first of all, this culture, the championships, that ring that we got on your finger, brother, we we established this here.
yeah,
Nigga, wasn't no fucking winning culture before we got here. We created this culture. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to do the warrior way, then get on. Like, get on. Like, bro, why should they pay you? Like, and not even, but if he said something to that extent, like, he probably didn't mean it on some, bro, I don't want you to get paid and that I don't want you to be on the team. Like, it was nothing like that. But it
mm-mm.
was also like hey man, you all right? Like, he just like
Hey, bro, you good?
like, and I could see how that would be because Draymond is what, probably 31, 32,
33. Like 33.
33. Wow, he's kind
Yeah.
of old. 33, and Poole is 22, 23,
Maybe.
maybe 24. But so two different eras of people, and everybody looks at stuff differently, and that's why you know I look at it even just from the perspective of brothers fight. Like, brothers do fight.
Yeah, 23.
And I know it because I mean, I'm a brother, right? Like, I have brothers, and I'm talking literal blood. And obviously they're not blood brothers, but because they're teammates, it's like that. It's the same thing with friendships and stuff. Like
Dog, but just keep it on teammates. Think about the guy on the team who's not as good as he think he is, and he's still just popping shit. And it's like, hey, yo, relax, dog. Chill. You're
yeah,
doing too much. You're doing too much. Just no. Taking bad shots, bruh. Stop. Which we win here, and the numbers come, but we win first. I mean, come on now. You heard what he said to KD?
Right. He'll talk
You
that
heard what
shit.
he like? You know what he said to Bron? Bron was like, "Hey man, I got kids." You know what I'm saying? So like when he's done this in games, and he and LeBron are business partners, really good friends.
Yeah,
He
yeah, he's at his wedding. Like they're good friends.
yeah, like he and
Clearly,
KD have a
they're enough friends.
him and KD have a pretty good relationship. At one point they did. I don't know how good it is now, but they've been on each other's podcasts.
Yeah, I was about to say post. They did the pods together,
Yeah,
and it certainly, even if they're not friends, they clearly respect each other regardless.
exactly.
So
And he's crossed those lines with those people. And I could imagine, this is speculation here. He probably crossed that line with Jordan. Jordan was like, "Nah, bro,
I'm
it
not.
ain't that." And then he got punched on. And I listened to Skip and Shannon talk about it
Young
today.
niggas love smoke too, and so like it was probably one of those things like, bro, you're not gonna do shit. And he probably got up in his face and told him that he wasn't gonna do shit. Like
So he had to hit him.
he's not a grown man or some shit. Like a nigga won't put you in your place. Like I'm not saying like, and it's not to say that Draymond's justified by his actions based on what was reported, but at the same time, like I said, to compare it to just a brotherhood in general, because I feel like that's what that stuff is like, kind of in those locker rooms. You know, I'm not gonna let my little brother get up in my face and try and tell me if we already are disputing, and then if he says some shit to me and acts like I won't do something, I will do it. Like I really will do it, and like he should know that. But he knows that because you shouldn't feel that comfortable talking to me no type of way either. Like if I'm the elder statesman and I done helped you win a championship, or in the case like with my younger brother, I've helped you do this, that, and the third when we were younger, when we got older as men. Like, nah, you're not just gonna talk to me any kind of way. Like there should be a respect that you have for me to where you do it, even if I need to hear it. You're gonna do it a certain kind of way. We're not gonna just talk to me no kind of way.
And Draymond knows his value to that organization. Like I heard people saying trade Draymond. I go, you really think Jordan Poole is more valuable to the Warriors today than Draymond Green?
They're gonna have a big thing that they have to deal with because I would not give Draymond a max deal.
Well, that's another conversation.
That is, but I'm just saying he is in the last year of his contract. So,
well, you know, the Warriors are like the second favorite to win the championship this year, according to the GMs.
I don't think they're gonna repeat.
I don't think they're gonna repeat either.
I think the West. I know it sounds crazy. There's so much parity in the NBA this season after all these moves. Like the East is pretty fucking deep, but the West with all the West was already deep, but now everybody's returning from injury. So like it's just kind of like, I mean, Denver and the Clippers are players because they got motherfuckers back. So you just New Orleans has a motherfucker back that's supposed to be the best player on the team, and they already were. They took the defending West champs to 6 in the first round. So it's the West is already them boys in Memphis still riding out. They were the number 2. They gonna be better.
The Suns are still gonna be good.
Suns are still gonna be good. Minnesota was the 7th seed, and they added a 3-time defensive player of the year to go with that what they had, and them like ain't gonna be better. Like the
Lakers are gonna make a move.
The Lakers, regardless of if they make a move or not, if they keep Russ, the Lakers, assuming health, will be better. And Russ will be better with them this year. Like he's gonna be better with them. Like there's gonna be more continuity with that unit, like regardless of what happens. Like they're gonna be better.
And Luka and Dallas are gonna be bad.
They added Christian Wood, though. Nice move. It was a good move. It was a good move. Come on.
Sacramento's going to put a product on the court that you're going to want to watch.
Keegan Murray is going to be the guy. Sacramento, right, they're going to be better. Even if they're still a non-playoff factor, they won't be just if you're in the Pacific Division and you play them 4 times a year, it's not, oh, yeah, we're going to sweep them type shit. They're going to give you a run 2 of those games for sure.
OKC is going to win 14 games.
Yeah, they're going to be bad. But that's just because Chet's gone, and I don't think Shea wants to be there. And you know that
Shea, bring Shea back to LA.
My man, what's my man out in Toronto?
Siakam?
The GM.
Oh, Masai Ujiri.
Oh yeah, Mr. Ujiri, he's looking at it. He's like, Toronto product. We got something that we could definitely trade to get them. Whether they
Who?
wanted to, look.
Siakam?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, okay, I'd do it. Or
Or
trade them Barnes. Fuck it. Trade Barnes.
or
They would want Barnes anyways over Siakam.
or
You add
or the
Barnes is like the piece, and then they throw in a pick and maybe something else, and they get him for that, bro. You put Shea with Van Vliet and Siakam and they got Gary Trent still too. Like, bro, I mean that team could be. They could. There's certainly Toronto's a playoff team, so like, and man, it gets real. The NBA is gonna be interesting as fuck this year.
or the Lakers say, hey, y'all want Russ back, don't you? Unload his contract.
It would work.
I'm just
From that
saying.
perspective, he comes back and plays there. They're
Yeah,
gonna
and then Russ,
get his number.
Russ,
Somebody will still pay Russ $20 million next season.
yeah, the Knicks.
Somebody will.
But just a couple things on this GM survey. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I didn't think we're going to talk too much about Kanye and Black America. I always think the GM surveys are stupid. And it's crazy because the GMs are the ones who are supposed to know the most basketball, but year in and year out, we see that they make a lot of mistakes. Which team will win the finals? Bucks 43%, Warriors 25%, Clippers 21%, Celtics 11%. Last year the top team was the Brooklyn Nets at 72%. I don't know how you can pick the Boston Celtics to win a championship without their head coach, and he's the reason why they got to the championship. Nothing really changed on the roster, just the guy who was on the bench. And we're like, 11% of GMs. So that's three. That's what 32 teams. That's four GMs, 4 GMs.
11%.
Think they're gonna make it?
Yeah, not 3.
But here's the weird thing. Luka is not overwhelming. He's the favorite at 48% to win the MVP. And I'm like, Dallas isn't going to win enough games. They're going to be an 8 seed. They're in the play-in next year.
Giannis should be the favorite.
Giannis is after him, then Embiid, then Steph.
I'm going to be honest. Based on, and we'll see, we know that it's going to work through Embiid, but based on kind of what we see with Harden clearly losing weight, and we know that if he can get back to scoring, I mean, that's a motherfucker, bro. That's a 30-10 dude. Like, and the Sixers can easily win the most games in the East this year, if not the NBA in totality. I don't see why James Harden's name's not brought up enough. And I get it. It's because we have to go based off what we saw last year. But he's somebody. I mean, I know that it's not expected for Kawhi to do it because he hasn't been in it. Even when he has been healthy, he's never been like the front runner. But man, I mean, what about the Clippers? The Clippers to me are going to be the best team in the West. They're loaded. They're loaded. If they're healthy,
will they be able to share the ball?
Loaded. They're loaded. Have you looked at that roster?
I know, but there's a lot of people who are going to get
so loaded, bro. Kawhi can miss if it's 82 games. Kawhi can play 60 and miss 22.
Well, you know he's going to. It's Kawhi.
Bro, they're going to miss so many games because of how loaded they are.
Kawhi's missing 25 games.
They're loaded. They're going to win so many games this year. Like, they're loaded.
You got to think about people like Ja as well. Like, Ja can be in the MVP conversation.
I don't think Memphis won't be the 2 seed again, though. So, like, that's the issue with them. They're not going to – to me, they're not going to win enough games because the West is much more competitive now.
Dame is back too, baby.
And they're going to be a lower playoff team.
If they are a playoff team. Hopefully he gets upset.
I think that they'll be there for the 8 and 7. I think they'll be there. You got to think about it. They just paid Simmons all that money to basically be McCollum 2.0, and then they got what's-his-face from Detroit. My boy that was in Denver. They just got him, Grant.
Yeah.
So, like, brother, I mean, and they have
Jeremy Grant.
They have Nurkic. Like, bro, they have a decent little team, I guess. The question is, can Chauncey coach? We don't really know because this past year we didn't get to see it. So that'll be a question there. But, I mean, Denver, we know Denver's a playoff team. I mean, Denver's been doing it without their guys. Now they get them both back. They can be healthy. Somebody's going to get injured this season again. We know that.
Let's listen to something dumb. Which player is most likely to have a breakout season in 2022-2023? Give me a guess of your number one.
Breakout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that means not only playing really well, but then like their teams are in the playoffs. Because of course, the easy answer for me is Colin. I think Colin's gonna have a fantastic season in Utah.
Well,
But
he
breakout
would make.
player, Evan Mobley, I guess.
Wow, you got it right. It was Evan Mobley.
Really? Well, that would be who I would guess. Yeah, I
Well,
think. But I've told you kind of how I feel about him. I think Evan Mobley can come out and for real, I think he is the best player on the Cavs, and that's just my opinion. But I think he could have one of those years where he does average 20 and 12 and like 3 blocks this year. I do think that he could have that type of year because he has all the tools.
Russ is slow.
He
does. So number 2's Kate Cunningham, tied for second with Anthony Edwards. Number 4, Zion Williamson. I don't think he's.
I think he already did have his breakout year, and that was his second year.
Others receiving votes: Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
I don't know how he breaks out. Like, what the fuck does Rudy do? Has he developed a post game, a mid range jumper? like what is his skill set says?
Rudy averages 20 a game.
Then we got Jalen Green, Tyrese Halliburton, Jonathan Kuminga, Tyrese Maxey, Ben Simmons, Anthony Simons, and Franz Wagner.
To me, breakout has to be a guy that has a year unlike any year he had. Like Ja was a candidate technically last year. He would have been the break. That's why he won most improved. He was the breakout player because even though we knew he was good and they made the playoffs the year before, or they made the play-in or whatever.
This is terrible. This is fucking terrible. Best point guard in the NBA, Steph Curry, followed by Luka, followed by Chris Paul and Trae Young. Steph Curry with 72%. Best shooting guard, Devin Booker, 45%. Luka, 28%. Steph Curry,
so where 17%. All right, yeah, okay.
But best small forward.
Guards. Let's just not even give them a position of positionless guards.
Best small forward.
Really a small forward anyways, but
listen to this. Best small forward, KD at 45%, Jason Tatum at 24%, Luka Doncic at 17%, LeBron at 10%, Kawhi at 3%. I'm sorry.
It's positionless basketball, bro.
I'm sorry. Jason Tatum is not better at basketball than LeBron James today as we speak. I'm sorry. He's just not. I don't care if they went to the finals and LeBron and them didn't make the playoffs. I don't care. Jason Tatum is not better than LeBron at basketball. Who's the best power forward? Giannis at 86%. Okay. LeBron at 10%. KD at 3%. Best center? Jokic at 79%. Embiid at 17%. Giannis at 3%.
Somehow Embiid is second in the MVP, but he's vastly not better than Jokic according to the GMs. That doesn't make any sense. But
Ernie Grunfeld was a GM in the NBA for a very long time.
79% is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 4 out of 5 GMs are saying that this guy is better. And he is, in my opinion. I mean, that's why he's got 2 MVPs. Like, he is better. I think he is better than him. I just think that his overall game is better. Obviously, Embiid's a better scorer.
And defender.
I think Jokic doesn't even get the respect he deserves as a defender. I don't think he's that bad of a defender. So,
I don't think he deserves respect.
Well, he's a hell of a passer, too. I mean, like
as a defender, not as a basketball player.
Some people would argue that Jokic might be the best passer in the league. Seriously, better than most point guards. For real. When you actually watch highlights and shit too, bro, that he's got eyes in the back of his head. He's got great court vision. He's just a center.
Yeah. Look at Skip Bayless. Look at this man right now. This is who y'all watch on TV every day. Can you look at the screen, please?